All right, folks, what is going on? This is episode 310 of the First and Frame Rate Show. I am VF Baller, and it's been a pretty wild weekend, right? I mean, a really wild weekend with a lot of stuff been happening. I spoke on it pretty much on a Saturday when the news dropped about Deshaun Watson going to Cleveland. And now there's stuff about Matt Ryan possibly wanting a 3-year deal. We're going to talk about all that. We're going to talk about what's going on with the Falcons and not only with Matt Ryan and the signings that we had. We had some pretty good signings as well throughout the weekend. I'm going to talk about all of that. I hope you guys had a fantastic weekend. I did. Took my son out for a few places. Went to the zoo. He got to see some animals. Just hung out around the house for the other part of the weekend. And I've been on vacation all week, and now I have to go back to work now. So we'll be enjoying that. I will say that. So if this is your first time here, welcome to the First and Frame Rate Show. Like I said, I'm VF Baller. Over here we talk about Georgia Southern and Atlanta Falcons football. Georgia Southern's going to be starting practice this week on the 22nd. They're going to be starting practice on Wednesday. That's going to be pretty cool. The football season actually starts for Georgia Southern this week, and the new regime starts. So I can't wait to see what's going on there. So I think it's going to be a big improvement with the changes in the players. So that's going to be exciting to see. Now, like I said, we talk about Georgia Southern, Atlanta Falcons football, everything under that umbrella. And, it is really weird to see how things are going with Atlanta. It's really, really weird. We tried to go for a generational talent quarterback, even though he had some baggage, and a lot of people will kind of have mixed emotions about that. Some people were actually on the opposite side of the spectrum with this particular quarterback, Deshaun Watson. Nothing new, usual. People on the opposite side when it comes to Matt Ryan. And it started to lead people to believe like the Falcons are now in shambles because we did not win in that sweepstakes. I will say this. I think it would have got worse if we actually signed Patterson. We did sign Patterson. I'm sorry, I'll get to that in a little bit. It would have got worse if we signed Deshaun Watson. I think it would have got worse because you gonna have people with pitchforks out with the whole situation with his legal issues. And I'm not saying that it's right or wrong. I already told you how I felt about off the field issues in the workplace. I'll just keep it real simple. I think they're two separate issues, and I'll leave it at that because your work and home are two different issues. If it happens at work, then it's a different story, but I'm not going to go there. I'm not saying nobody's right. I'm not saying nobody wrong, but whatever he's accused of, I hope he didn't do it. I'll say that. I mean, at the end of the day, that's horrible. But I think we dodged the bullet, and I think it would have been worse. Not only just bringing him on board, but to deal with his the demands that he wanted as far as a contract. I mean, I think he wanted guaranteed money. I think he has like $230 million guaranteed. Man, that would have been a lot to swallow for a quarterback. I mean, guaranteed money like that, and we have so many other needs that we have. So I think the Falcons dodged the bullet because they were really all in from what we hear. Nevertheless, that hasn't happened, and now Matt Ryan, we're hearing about him wanting a 3-year deal. Now, I think Matt Ryan wanted this deal if he would have got traded somewhere else. This would have been a restructuring of his contract, or had a new contract with whatever team he went to. He's not with that team now, so apparently he wants it from the Falcons or else. I guess. I mean, I don't know if it's an ultimatum or anything, but from what I hear, the rumors around now saying that he wants a 3-year deal. And I guess it, pretty much changed the entire aspect of his contract. And people are saying they can't do that. The Falcons won't be able to do it, and it may be a lost cause. You might end up having to trade Matt Ryan. And make some people believe that the Falcons are in shambles now. The fact that we walked away unscathed and didn't give away any of our picks, I don't think the Falcons are in shambles. I think we're probably just we just escalated the inevitable. Matt Ryan is not going to be here forever. I feel like Matt Ryan, the 3-year deal that's possibly is speculating that he wants, is warranted for his longevity in the NFL. I think 3 years is perfect for him. I think he has 3 good years left. So I think on the surface, that's a win-win for him. Can the Falcons pull it off? I'm not going to say that they can't, because you turn back around and y'all, the Falcons was willing to do 5 years or whatever. They'll pretty much whatever do anything they could for Deshaun Watson. And apparently they couldn't do it because the money was too high. So there's something there that they could do something slightly similar, but probably at a less value for Matt Ryan. So I'm not going to sit here and say it can't be done. Is the fact that do they want to do it? That's the thing. I'm thinking that the situation, like, they may not want to commit for 3 years for Matt Ryan. Apparently, I don't think the front office want to commit very long for him anyway, because of the fact that they were trying to get rid of him for the most part. So a lot of people saying that Matt Ryan holds all the cards. I mean, there's a pretty good case for that. Will they end up trading Matt Ryan? I don't know. I don't. Should they? Maybe at this point. I think you maybe need to do that. I speculate that Matt probably don't want to play for this team anymore. I said this on my little mini video on the last video I put up. Matt Ryan's not coming back. I don't blame him if he doesn't. I'd be highly surprised if he does. And if this is out on the table that he wants to get the 3-year deal and basically hold it over the Falcons' head to sign him, he does have some leverage here as far as what the Falcons want to do. Now, I will say this. The Falcons do have the number 8 overall pick, and they could go quarterback there. You see what I'm saying? They could go quarterback, so it's not like the Falcons are in total shambles. You're going to have to you're just going to expedite the situation that you have all along, that you're going to have to get a new quarterback at some time. So that's all that is just doing. Now, are there going to be some rough years behind that? Yeah, I mean, if this is the case, we bring a new quarterback in, we're going to get him in on a rookie deal. You have a chance to build a team around a rookie quarterback, but how good is that rookie? A lot of people out here talking about Malik Willis. A lot of Falcons fans talking about Malik Willis, and to be honest with you, a lot of Falcon fans are only talking about Malik Willis, but we already know how that goes when it comes to Atlanta and black quarterbacks, which, I'm not against it or anything, but I think when it comes to quarterbacks in the NFL, I think we need to just really look at the entire landscape, because I know some fans who don't like Matt Ryan because of that, because he's not a black quarterback. But I mean, that's a whole different story. So almost like last year when the whole Justin Fields thing, and I know that's more of a local situation, but Justin Fields was like the guy that everybody need to get, or that the Falcons need to get. Don't care about Mac Jones. Mac Jones did pretty well last year, but I mean, like I said, that's a whole nother another story. I don't even want to go down that rabbit hole. But like I said, we just sped up the inevitable. It's going to have to happen at some time. Now, once again, I got the question in the title: is the Falcons in shambles? No, I don't think they're in shambles. I think they did some very good moves this entire last 5-6 days. We end up picking up Isaiah Oliver again. We got Casey Hayward. We got a handful of offensive linemen. We did re-sign another defensive tackle. Yeah, I think we did okay for ourselves as far as who we're signing and who we're picking up. I think we did a phenomenal job of that. Now, with that being said, that makes us slightly better if Matt Ryan decides to come back. We even got another running back with Damian Williams. Now, the only thing that we really need to address now is wide receiver and pass rush. We got 8 picks to do that. I think the Falcons are in really good shape right now to progress to go further. Now, without Matt Ryan, will we win 7 games again? I don't know. How good is one of these quarterbacks is out here? How good are they? Because you notice nobody really talks about these quarterbacks now. We haven't heard anything about these quarterbacks. I mean, the Senior Bowl, Malik Willis did pretty good in the Senior Bowl, but every time I look at his highlights, it was him running. You see how that plays out as far as Falcons quarterbacks. You see him running, but that I don't want to go down that rabbit hole. We just got finished talking about, that. Desmond Ritter, I think he's pretty good. I think it's Kenny Pickett. I don't know much about him outside of that fake QB slide. I don't know anything else about him. I would say Ritter did pretty good against Alabama, and I think he had a pretty good season and career at Cincinnati. I think he did okay, but is he number 8 overall? I don't think, just like these pass rushers, I don't think any of these quarterbacks are worth the number 8 pick overall. I really feel that this is a low tier quarterback draft class. Just like I said with the pass rush, I don't think it's low tier, but I think it's mid. I don't think any of the quarterback or the pass rush is worth the number 8 pick. I already told you who I thought who should we get at number 8 overall. I still think I think Sauce Gardner, Ahmed Gardner, is worth number 8 pick. The way that he played cornerback this in his career, I did the episode about that. I think the way he played cornerback is top 10 worthy. You get a player like that when you pick in top 10. He's that type of player that really is ready to go at the cornerback position, based on what he's done. Now the rest of these guys, I don't think they did any. I think they did pretty good. I think they were good. I think they're good football players, but there's not that type of talent that's out there that say, oh, these guys are top 10 talent. Not at the pass rush and at quarterback, no. But everything else that's around the Falcons, who we signed, I feel like we did a really good job of signing those players. We signed quality players. We signed another cornerback, Tabor. It seems like there's some type of pipeline coming from Chicago down to Atlanta. Cause we got Williams and we got Tabor. Yo, listen, when Kendall Vildor gets off that rookie contract, he needs to come down to Atlanta. He needs to come home. That's the Georgia Southern side talking right now, but he needs to come home. I think he did pretty good for the first couple years in the league, to be honest. I just feel like the Falcons have done pretty good overall front office wise based on what we've seen in the signings. I don't think the Falcons are in shambles. I just think I think they have a quarterback problem that would have been a problem a couple of years from now. If all this wouldn't have went down and Matt Ryan would have played another couple of years, I think that third year, like I said, he's still good for, would have been in this situation anyway. So all they did was just expedite the situation. So what do you do? To be honest, the best case scenario, if this really going on with the 3-year deal, and I'm gonna get to Cordell Patterson in a minute. If the only thing that they could really do with this Matt Ryan situation, honestly, is to go ahead and try to trade him and get another quarterback back for some picks. That's my assessment of it. If you're going to get, your best bet is probably try to trade him off, try to get another solid, you don't have to get like a guy that play quarterback and be a starter right away. You just need a solid quarterback that can play if he's under center. And you use those picks or whatever to possibly get the quarterback of the future, or you're just going to have to use that solid quarterback that could play a year or two and have to eat that year and hopefully have a winning season. So I know some people are trying to be funny, say bring Andy Dalton in. No, I'm not talking about a quarterback like that. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know, because see, the Vikings already, they locked up Kirk Cousins. Cause I wouldn't be against Kellen Mond, but you're not going to get, you're not going to get Matt Ryan to go to the Vikings. I mean, no, that's not going to work. You get Matt Ryan go to the Colts. I mean, who they got in return? I don't think they got any quarterback in return. So you're just going to be getting picks, and you're going to still have to try to get a quarterback. Or you can sign one in free agency, which I don't know. Felipe Franks. Felipe Frank. Hey, listen. I will probably kick the tires on that. But and I'm about to before I end this quick segment, I will say this. I will kick the tires on that. I will kick the tires on Felipe Franks. 1 year in the NFL. He didn't do too bad when was called upon in the preseason anyway. I don't think he played much in the regular season, if any. I don't think he did. But we saw some flashes in the preseason. I would see what he can do in the preseason. To be honest with you, I would kick the tires on that. And if it, if we crash and burn, hey, what we got to lose at this point? Everybody think we're crashing and burning now anyway, right? Go to trade Matt Ryan, get a whole bunch of picks. Probably try to get a first rounder this year, next year. Try to get a quarterback next year or whatever. Let Felipe Franks go out there and see what he can do. I mean, if he's good at what he does, it's a win-win. So I mean, maybe I'll talk about that further down the road on another episode. 'Cause I kind of like that idea now. If this whole Matt Ryan thing is what it is, kick the tires on Felipe Franks. Let me know what you guys think. Am I tripping? Maybe so. All right, before we get out of here, we're going to talk about Cordell Patterson. Cordell Patterson gets signed with a 2-year deal with the Falcons. He's happy to be here. And I think that actually helped and give the fan base, for the most part, some type of light at the end of the tunnel as far as the wild weekend goes with all this craziness. I think he saved the weekend, honestly. Because it would have been worse if we weren't able to sign him as well. He's a fan favorite. He favorites the fans. He loves being here. He brings a good vibe to the team and to the fan base. And he's done phenomenal last year. I would like to see more of him do more of what he does. So I think that at the end of the day, we've done really good overall, but this signing right here just put the cherry on top of with all the actual signings that we had. Like I said, with the Casey Haywards, we got the Isaiah Oliver, Tabor was signed, a handful of linemen was signed, Damian Williams at running back was signed, and to get him, Cordell Patterson here, turned out to be pretty good. Overall, I would give these signings based on what we need. I'll give it a B plus. I'll definitely would have gave it an A if we got some pass rush, but if we got a veteran pass rusher, Chandler Jones, if we would have got him, easily would have been an A, but overall, I'll give it a B. We did pretty good. And I think that not only with the other signings, but signing Cordell Patterson saved a crazy weekend what the Falcons were going through. Now, we're still going to have people going with this whole situation. Oh, why did the Falcons turn around and try to get Deshaun Watson with the 22 allegations? And I've seen it on Twitter now. I mean, I'm looking at it on the computer now. I still keep Twitter up. And I'm looking at this like, man, these people are still going back and forth with this whole Deshaun Watson thing. Look, he's gone. He's gone. He's going to Cleveland. We got what we have now when it comes to dealing with Matt Ryan and having to figure out where we're going to go from here. If everything they said is true as far as what he wanted, 3-year deal, we're going to have to, take that head on and find out what we have to do. Either way, I think that we are in pretty good. We're in pretty good. We're in pretty good standings. I don't think that it is all bad like people think it is. You know what I mean? I just feel like we are. We're in a situation where we're going to be years later anyway. Especially if Matt Ryan wants to trade or he wants to get up out of here. We was going to have to deal with that anyway. So, we just have to deal with it accordingly, and we'll find a way to do so. What do you guys think? I feel at the end of the day, this was a crazy situation, which wouldn't have been, would have been avoided if we would have just kept standing pat, but the front office thought otherwise. I feel like the Matt Ryan situation it can be bigger than what it is. It could be worse. Matt Ryan could make this ugly. This is a running theme. All the stuff that's going on with the Falcons could be way worse if we had messy people in the front office and have messy players. Calvin Ridley, hell, even with the Julio Jones situation, you can go back to that. It could have been really bad for the Falcons as far as front office wise. It just looked bad on Julio Jones. Speaking of Julio Jones, do you think we should re-sign him? I've been contemplating on this for a minute now. Do you think we should re-sign him if he hasn't been signed yet already? I don't know. We was quiet about that. Got rid of him. Clearly won that trade. The Calvin Ridley situation could have been ugly. Now you're dealing with this Deshaun Watson situation, and nobody from the front office said anything as of yet. Everything is just rumors and speculation, to be honest. I'm pretty sure they're going to be asked about it at some point when it comes to the press conferences. We're going to hear about it, and I'm here for that. I need to know what that's about. So I think that's something that we're going to be hearing about sometime in the future, probably sometime this week. So that's going to be something interesting to hear about. So what do you think about that? The Falcons in shambles, or you think they're still okay? I think they're still okay. The Patterson signing, what do you think about that? I think it was a great signing. I think there was a lot of great moves throughout the week. And I think that they did a pretty good job of signing people, and to get Patterson at the end of all these signings is the cherry on top. I think that actually saved the weekend. If you're a Falcons fan looking at it from the whole aspect of the team, not necessarily, Deshaun Watson, Matt Ryan. Because if you're looking at it from there, you think the sky's falling. But if you're looking at it from a situation where the team itself, I think they've gotten better. I think they've gotten much better than last year. You got help for AJ Terrell. You got your nickel cornerback with Isaiah Oliver. You got Tabor, another safety. You got some offensive line help, a defensive line. I think you got one defensive tackle we signed as well, re-signed or something like that. I can't remember. And you got Cordell Patterson. So we're doing okay. We just got to deal with this quarterback situation. And I know that's not the most ideal thing to deal with, but it is what it is at this point. It would have happened either now or 2 years later. Which one you want to pick? All right. If you really enjoyed this episode, please let me know. Hit the like button. Share this content. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I'm on YouTube and Rumble. Also, if you want to listen to the audio side of things, you can listen to this on Anchor, Stitcher, Spotify, Apple, and Google. You also can subscribe over there. Give me a 5-star rating on that star chart. I see a lot of people starting to give me a good rating over there. I really appreciate that. I don't want to beat my chest, but this is a one-man show. I do all of this. I do the editing. I make sure I get everything together. I wish I had some more help, but I'm okay. I'm not advocating for it, but I'm okay with it. I love doing this. I really do. This is a passion of mine. I love it. So give me a 5-star rating if you don't mind, or give me a high star, either way. Also, give me some feedback if you don't mind. Also, if you want to donate to the podcast, there's all the avenues down at the bottom in the description to let you know the avenues that you can use to donate to the podcast. Outside of that, man, hopefully I have some Georgia Southern news to talk about sometime this week, but we're going to continue to follow this situation with the Atlanta Falcons because this is going to be ongoing. This is probably the best or the greatest Falcon that we ever had, especially a quarterback, possibly leaving. And we have an issue with him as far as, what the front office has done. So we'll see how it goes. All right, y'all. Y'all take it easy. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all Monday. Y'all be blessed. Peace.